CBS News is reporting that dozens of Democrats are going to go public demanding that Biden step down, and Nancy Pelosi might actually have a lot to do with it. I'm tying these two stories together because The Hill also has a breaking news story about how Pelosi is moving behind the scenes to get Joe Biden to reconsider his presidential bid. Now, the details here are really interesting. This is usually how she operates. She doesn't really go public with what she thinks, but she does some maneuvering behind the scenes. And honestly, I think it has more to do with the fact that the Democratic donors are now worried. And the one thing that Pelosi has really provided the Democratic Party, more than legislation, more than anything else, is money, is fundraising. That is what she's good at. She is in touch with the donors. The donors are worried about Biden. So with that in mind, The Hill is reporting that Pelosi is working furiously, they write, behind the scenes to put pressure on Biden to reconsider his place at the top of the 2024 ticket as the Democratic nominee. Clearly, she has worries about him and would like him to step down. Now, Pelosi, according to The Hill's reporting, has not said Biden should exit the race, but the lawmaker said she harbors deep concerns about Biden's ability to defeat former President Trump, and she's fighting to prevent the party from rubber stamping Biden's candidacy. I mean, they rubber stamped his candidacy earlier when they obviously knew about his mental decline, but now that everyone else knows about the mental decline, including the donors, all of a sudden, let's not rubber stamp this. So one of the House Democrats who spoke to The Hill anonymously says of this whole maneuvering operation happening behind the scenes, I did have a conversation with Pelosi. She's very concerned. It's not like she's like, we're sticking with this guy. A number of other lawmakers made similar comments. I've had my own conversations with her, said a second Democrat. It's just an obvious concern. The stakes are so high. We can't afford to do anything but have our best possible opportunity to win, the lawmaker said, relaying Pelosi's message. So there's more. Team Biden made it clear that their strategy was ignore the problem, run out the clock, and force the rest of us to live with it, said Representative Adam Smith. He's actually been one of the most vocal Democrats in regard to having Biden step down. And he says, quote, I felt a certain urgency to upset the strategy of just moving forward with Biden when behind the scenes people know that that's a massive, massive risk to take. And so Pelosi, some Democrats said, is giving voice to other lawmakers who felt like the decision regarding Biden's future was being rammed down their throats without a chance to weigh in. Quote, Pelosi speaks for the sense that if you're going to circle the wagons, you need a lot more wagons in the circle, said a third Democratic lawmaker familiar with her efforts. You have to have a real conversation with people to decide it all together, and you can't present people with a judgment. And right now, I mean, all they've gotten from blue MAGA on social media and from the Biden camp and Biden himself is shut up, we're gonna do what we want, and we're just gonna ignore the polls. Okay, well then you can't claim that you're worried about Trump and you're worried about the country's future. That seems like a joke when you decide you're gonna move forward with a candidate who is incredibly vulnerable and very likely to lose to Trump. Thanks for watching. Our audience has helped build TYT into the media giant it is today. Together, we can accomplish anything. Support our work and join us at tyt.com/team.
As we've been telling you, there's another CNN article confirming the same exact thing, and it's exactly what I told you when I said that Biden would drop out after the debate was over. One, the Democratic Congress people are panicking, and hence Pelosi's panic. But that's actually secondary, as Anna's been pointing out, and we've been telling you throughout the day. CNN also confirming the donors are panicking. And so the fact Republicans will run ads linking Biden with every congressional candidate there is. They'll say, when did they know? How much did they know? How much were they covering up for Joe Biden? Because now there's two issues, guys. One issue is his mental well-being. The other issue is the cover-up, that they've been lying about it for all of these years. So, and how many people does it implicate? Does it implicate the First Lady? Of course. So that same CNN piece saying, as every piece says, she is his top advisor. No one elected her. I think this is out. Like it's one thing to have, oh yeah, I checked in with my wife or my husband, of course, no problem, right? But she's the main person that he advises for all of his decisions. And plus, as we just reported to you earlier in the show, he doesn't even ask any of his staff, including his chief of staff. He's only asking the person. So she knew all along. His inner circle definitely knew all along, right? And then when he gets to Congress, there's gonna be interesting questions. I don't know that Rando Bob congressman knew all along, but Pelosi and Schumer, how many interactions have they had? So they knew, but they didn't want to tell you because they thought it doesn't matter if we lose. We already see the polling, we're all gonna lose, right? Or we're certainly gonna lose the presidency. But the donors haven't complained yet, and remember, it's not just that they didn't complain. If Pelosi or Schumer or anyone else that knew said Joe Biden's not well enough to run, the donors would have eviscerated them and dog walked them out of politics. So this is very revealing on many levels, especially about who's actually in charge. It's definitely not Joe Biden. It's Jill Biden for the moment being, but ultimately she's not in charge either. The donors are always in charge.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.